Tom Thibodeau off to a tough start with the T-Wolves. Twan, how would you grade Thibodeau so far from a coaching perspective?
You have to give them an F. I mean, they're 5-13 now. This team was supposed to at least be above 500.
They're 5-13 right now, Twan.
I would think they'd be, right now we was guessing to be over 500 at this point in the season, 18 games in. This team showed a lot of improvement last year, playing everybody tough. Had a 20-25 games that went down to the wire that they could have won. People were very excited about him. This was the sought-after job that every coach wanted, was to be the head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves because of the talent that was in place. And
so what would be the first thing? All right, so they're 5-13. They easily could be 9-9. They could be 10-8. They've lost a lot of close games like this all season long. What would be, after watching the first 18 games, what would be your number one focus? Like, what's the one thing they need to change?
I think he did a bad job of putting the proper veterans around them. I think if you look at Utah's situation, the George Hill, the Joe Johnson, the Boris Diaw, those are three quality veterans that have been on teams that know how to win, that have won meaningful playoff games. I think if you look at Minnesota, he's asking these young guys to do it by themselves.
So was it a mistake to get rid of Garnett?
I don't know if you could have talked Garnett to stick around the season and live in Minnesota for 82 games and just travel. I think it's very difficult. I think you had to get veterans that can actually play and give you significant minutes. Last year, I think you saw growth and we got excited about them. They had Andre Miller for a significant period of time on their team. Tayshaun Prince was on the team last year. Then you add Kevin Garnett working with Towns. They had good veterans in their locker room. You look this year, there's no veteran presence in the locker room. Guys that can help them on the court as well as off the court, they have none of that. And it's showing right now.
Yeah, I think this is a team that's role-less. I don't think anyone really understands their role. They got a lot of talent, but they got to figure out who's supposed to take the shot late in the game. Is it Zach LaVine? Probably not. Is it Andrew Wiggins? Probably. Is it Karl Anthony Towns? He's probably your guy as well, but everyone's trying to figure out where to go. And I think Tom Thibodeau, who has a reputation of running these guys into the ground and being hard-headed and defensive-minded, maybe you try to open up the season with a new philosophy. You know what the philosophy is not translating into? Win.